is Karen for Online Healing Community. Welcome to Creating Space. Today we're going to talk about healing and abundance. And joining us today is Reiki Master and Dorn Spine Alignment Teacher, June Mendoza. Hi, Sir June.
Hello,
Welcome to Creating
hello.
Space.
Good evening. Good evening, Karen, and to your viewers, to your online community.
Opo, we're so happy that you're here with us, Sir June.
So thank you for inviting me to on this program tonight. My
Oo
pleasure
nga
to be
po.
your guest.
Ako. I'm excited. There was one time I was with Sir June the whole day. Sobrang I felt parang it was a shower of wisdom. So I'm really excited for people
And
listening here and in the future for what they'll receive from this conversation. First off, Sir June, how did you get into healing? Alam ko po engineer ka by profession talaga.
well, I can say is each one of us really wants to find our soul life mission this lifetime. I know it's quite heavy, but definitely that is the purpose of our presence on earth, no? And that is to find that in this lifetime, what would you have to do so that we can all work for our ascension, right? Because nakakapagod yung reincarnation, di ba? Balik ka lang ng balik as if you've never learned your lesson. So why not ascend para end all your coming back on earth, your physicality, right? So
Right.
you
Yeah.
just stay back with the source.
Soul life mission, sir.
That is a soul life mission, ma'am. Yes.
May I know how you figured it out that healing is your soul life mission?
Well, I can say that if I can relate, it was like a mystical experience, no? So that
Mm-hmm.
was a turning point in my life when there was a clash between my corporate life and what I really wanted to do next, no?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty envious of how you are doing, how you are coasting along with life, Karen. Each day you
Mm-hmm.
want to say, what new adventure is waiting for me? And me in 2003, I came to that opportunity. I was a crossroad. What would be important? No, my career or my family, because I was not able to get a good mix of family and career. So at the end, I have to forego with my career and concentrate more on the family. But then that was also the time that when I started to learn Reiki. No? So Reiki is a form of energy healing. The origin is in Japan, and through that experience, and the long story dates back in 1985. In 1985, I lost my job, economic recession sa Pilipinas. So to keep me up, I have to do something, no? Because then formal
Mm-hmm.
employment does not exist. I went into selling. For short, nagtitinda po ako ng kaldero. And and that got me back to my feet financially. Well, I was able to recover. So ang sasabi ko nga, I don't ever believe on economic depression or economic setbacks. It is individually how ano ba yung plan of action mo to survive. So I had to do things differently. Hindi naman ako galing sa buwan na pamilya, so yung pinasukan kong opportunity is knowing how to do the table setting, yung mga flatwares, dinnerware, so forth and so on. Then napadpad ako sa Lipa, sa Batangas.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where I was able to create a very successful marketing group. And
Mm-hmm.
after that experience, I was introduced doon sa Our Lady Mediatrix of All Grace. And that started it all. And I am also a licensed real estate broker. So that was 85. After 13 years, in 1998, I had a transaction in Calamba.
Mm-hmm.
So the long story is, pagpasok ko sa Nichols Toll Plaza, I already heard a voice, faint voice, na go to
Mm-hmm.
Lipa. So sabi ko, I dismissed it. All throughout my travel, along SLEX, pagdating ko na dun sa dating SLEX hanggang Kanlubang lang eh.
Mm-hmm.
Towards Kanlubang, di ba, Silangan and then Kanlubang, hanggang doon na lang yung toll plaza. The voice grew stronger. It is a command, go to Lipa. So I went to Lipa. And Lipa for me is Our Lady Mediatrix of All Grace.
Mm-hmm.
And believe you me, I am not very, very religious.
Mhm.
Though all my life is sa UST po ako pinanganak. Doon ako UST Hospital, grade school, high school, university. Full-blooded Tomasian po ako. So maybe that's why I'm
Mm.
wearing gold,
Yeah,
no?
gold.
And I love gold.
Yeah.
So that is it. So uh, finding myself dun sa minor altar where the image of Our Lady Mediatrix of All Grace is exposed. I sat on the third bench, silenced myself, whether you like to believe me or not. Pagdilat ko, the lady was looking at me eyeball to eyeball. And that started it off. So uh, the experience was at that moment when I found the courage to open my eyes again, there was that bright light that shone on the altar. So bright, pero kung siya, ha? Very, very, yung kanyang talagang parang luminous something, but hindi
Yeah.
siya blinding. And then
Ah,
slowly, that is when I saw the image of Mama Mary, Our Lady Mediatrix, Our Lady Mediatrix of All Grace. She gave me a very, very quaint smile. So the
ah,
first thing I did was close my eyes. Sabi ko, ano yung nakita ko? Pagtingin ko ulit, ah, I then would see her face, magpe-fade at ang mukha naman ni Jesus Christ. So after a while, parang naglulup lang yung nakikita ko. Pagtingin ko sa relo ko, kung ano siya, ah, 30 minutes has gone by. Pero yung 30 minutes na yun was just like a few seconds. So I bidded my say goodbye. No? So sabi ko, I have to go. And then the next thing I did was to rush out. Hinanap ko yung kaibigan ko, yung confidant ko, si Sister Celine. May her soul
mhm,
rest in peace. No? She
mhm,
died at the ripe age of over 90 years old. She passed away last October, not from COVID, but due to old age.
mhm.
She fell down sa bathroom, and after 3 weeks, baka nagkaroon ng internal injury. She just passed away on her sleep. Yun.
Mhm.
So,
Oh.
meeting Sister Celine to her office, I was all in tears. Sabi ko, Sister Celine, why would this happen? Siya ang nagsabi sa akin. Ang sabi sa akin that was 98 is, June, you are being called to a healing ministry, but I do not want you to heal. Papaliwanag ko yung karuktong noon kung bakit ayaw niya. So that was 98. Because she's a very, very clairvoyant, no? Everything
Mm-mm.
she tells me happens. There are
Yeah.
times meron akong business opportunity. Sister, will I do this? Go ahead, do it. At times sasabihin niya, don't do it. Pero matigas ang ulo ko eh.
Mm-mm. You'll do
Sabi
it.
ko, I think I know it better than you dahil madre ka, nandiyan ka, I'm in the
Yeah.
outside world, I know the business environment, so forth and so on. Then I will lose money. Babalik ako sa kanya, Sister,
Oh.
4 sinunod kita. So, ganun lang. Kaya, nag-develop yung confidence ko sa kanya. Whatever she admonishes me to do, I do. Kaya nga, in 98, sabi niya sa akin, you're being called to healing ministry, do not heal. And then, in 2003, when I left the corporate world, that is when I learned my first Reiki level 1. Reiki level 1
Mhm.
is self-healing. So, after
Mhm.
completing my initiation, my attunements, I invited my Reiki master teacher, who is the president of our healing school, to join me. Ang tawag dun sa Our Lady Mediatrix of All Grace is my powerhouse. Whether is if there's something to celebrate, whether there is, to console myself because of missteps in life, maling decisions,
Mhm.
uh, it is just like my sanctuary. So I invited her, and on that occasion, when we saw Sister Celine, she was feverish. So sabi ko, can I lay my hands on you? Sabi niya, sige, go ahead. That was 5 years after. At the
Yes.
end of
Sabi
the
ko daw, 5 years
uh,
before that, she was telling you, don't do
98,
anything.
don't do. 2003, after I have already learned Reiki 1, binigyan ko siya ng Reiki healing. The next comment she did was, June, ay kung ano man yung ginawa mong yan, ipagpatuloy mo at marami kang matutulungan. So, rather that was a confirmation. Yes, only for me to find out na I am very comfortable to what I am doing since 2003. And for me, that is, I want to relate it back because sinasabi kong each one of us has our own distinct soul life mission this lifetime. The question is, are we listening to the messages? Are we in tune to the dictates of the higher consciousness, the higher self? Yes.
And I can see from your face, Sir June, ang saya, yung radiance, yung joy that you're doing your, like you said, soul life mission. But let's define terms, Sir June, para we can ground this discussion. What is healing? Because we're going to talk about healing and abundance.
Well, healing perspective is pwede kong sabihin in Tagalog, kapanatagan.
Mm-hmm.
When you are at peace, at ease with yourself. Because strictly speaking, uh, we are made of energies, no? And the most dense part of our creation is the physical body. It is layers of energy: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. So at times, sabi nga natin, when there are unharmonious energies on the outer energy body that we're not so conscious of, that energy sinks deep in the physical body and will register as pain. So one technique of healing I tell my patients or students of health is go talk to your pain because it has lessons that you must learn. Or at
Wow.
times, we get sick, di ba? SICK.
Yes, yes,
Simply because the physical body is telling you to slow down.
yes.
You've been all over town, you need to rest, you have to slow down. So gagawa ng paraan yung physical body for it to rest.
I was just with my therapist yesterday, and that's the same message that she told me. Don't feel better. Feel the pain. Be with the pain. I was telling her, no, I don't want to be with the pain. And you're telling it to me now. Kaya parang, oh my gosh, that's really what I have to do.
Because that is, those are lessons in life. Talk with your pain. Because then, you can look into, ano ba yung root cause ng pain? Di ba? So, it could be previous experiences that has not been addressed. Sabi ko nga is, we all have life lessons to learn. There is always a drama happening in our life. The message is the same. Iba't iba yung actors, iba't iba yung personalities. But when you look into these things, you can all discover when you do journaling. Diba? When you journal, you can see a pattern that is repeating in your lifetime.
Right. I was just in Dr. June's. I was just at surgeon's clinic. Kanina, magkasama kami kaninang hapon. Yun yung narinig ko sinabi niya sa pasyente niya. Journal, because at least you can see your patterns. And sometimes he said, paulit-ulit lang yung nangyayari sa atin eh. But, so, if we see the pattern, how do you heal? How do you break it?
Well, of course, we have learned one new good technique, di ba? Yung access bars.
Right.
Access bars. Because then, I mean, is para sa akin, the greatest benefit of access bars is the person receiving yung access bars, wala siyang filters. Di ba? Because kung psychoanalytical yung discussion, like yung, say, typical na consultations, di ba? Na lagi may dialogue, there is always the tendency for the healer to justify his wrong motives. Pero ang kagandahan natin sa access bars, we can go into the files of the patient's brain, di ba? Whether is naka-embed pa siya sa subconscious mind, at siya mismo ang nagdi-delete. Right? We should always remember that all our, say, unpleasant experiences, missteps in life, they are all recorded in the subconscious mind. And these are the program that runs the conscious mind. So probably nagtataka tayo, bakit minsan may mga tao nagsiself-destruct? Because they were not able to cleanse their file. Or a time we say is, review your life story. I-edit mo. Cut out what you don't want to be seeing in your lifetime. Right?
And you can do that really if you go to the path of healing. But the next question is, what is abundance? Para ma-relate naman natin later on yung dalawa.
Ang abundance for me is always being in a state of gratitude. Because by then, when you are always in a state of gratitude, more blessings comes your way. I would say abundance is experiencing plentifulness, di ba? Yung
Mm.
may darating lang na opportunity, di ba? Because then is, as you know, there are several things that we want to do in life, but we must be able to finance our dreams,
True.
di ba? So there will always be that provision. That was like when I first became part yung Kabbalah Philippines Incorporated. So meron
Mm.
nung Rosh Hashanah sa, I think my first Rosh Hashanah was in Anaheim, no? LA County.
Mm.
And the fee was just like very hefty, di ba?
Mm.
Yung convention fee, tapos syempre may hotel ka, may airfare, ganun ganito. Out of nowhere, a financial blessing came in. So I,
Mm. So you're able to go.
I was able to join my Rosh Hashanah. And also, on that, I can say that the first opportunity I had when I attended a Shabbat.
What's a
Uh,
Shabbat?
Shabbat is a celebration sa Kabbalah na it is a Saturday. Saturday is Shabbat, no? Kasi kung yun, it is measured like Friday sundown to
Sorry.
Saturday sundown. So there will be the reading of the Torah, ganon. On one occasion, I was asked to, from the sacred place where the Torah is kept, to lay it on the table. It must be exposed during Shabbat. You know, that is one experience I will never ever forget. As soon as I cradled the Torah, there were just snippets of my lifetime. Flashes, pak, 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 pak. Di ba sabi nila, telltale na
When you
at the,
die down.
at the moment of death, you can see flash, di ba,
Yes.
snippets of your life. That happened to me the first time that I handled yung Torah.
You have a lot of mystical experiences, no, Sir June. But let's go back to healing and abundance. How do you connect healing to abundance?
Very good. The first thing that we must heal, especially for us Filipinos, is our poverty consciousness.
Yes.
Diba? Ang ginagawa ng general population natin is, kasi mahirap lang ako. We're full of excuses. Whereas, napakayaman ng bansang Pilipinas. Saan ka nakakita, kumain ka ng prutas, itapon mo yung butos kahit saan lupa, tutubo yung magiging puno. Kaya lang nga, natuto tayo na this generation is para bang a generation of instant gratification. Nawala na sa atin yung disiplina na yung pagpupunyagi, to strive. Di ba? So nawala yung more or less, nagkulang yung mga character building opportunities. Kasi sabi ko nga, nung maliit ako, inabutan ko yung naglalaro kami sa karsada, tumbang preso, piko, trumpo, text, Jolens, yung ganung bagay, right? So, yung interaction with another human being, hindi katulad niyon, interaction, ang kausap mo computer, PS2, PlayStation, di ba? So,
True.
sabi ko nga is kaya marirelate ang healing sa abundance because I go back to my earlier statement, kung meron kang kapanatagan sa kalooban, you are in tune with the dictates of the universe, how you can become successful in life. But then, ang sabi nga natin, there will always be challenges, problems, challenges, obstacles. These are not meant to bring us down, but these are opportunities so that we can discover the inert strength in us. They are teachers to show us that we can overcome. Di ba? We will prevail. Just like yung kasabihan, di ba? What is success? Success is failure turned inside out.
Oh, that's a new definition.
Yes.
Galing. Pero Sir
So,
June, based on your personal experience, how did your personal healing help with your abundance?
well, ayun nga, no? Noong 2003, when I turned my back on the corporate world, I used to be country manager of a German firm, and I was able to change a brand in the Philippine market. I changed the brand. Hanggang ngayon, that brand is number one. And I'm so proud of it. I made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Di ba? So,
Yes.
ang sabi ko nga, napakadaling gumawa ng desisyon in life provided wala kang selfish interest. Kung ang aim mo lagi is the highest, the highest best for the occasion, what will serve others. Ganun na naging orientation ko. So,
Mm-hmm.
sabi ko nga, when you heal, uh, when you have that peace of mind, you become in tune. You become tuned in to the to the spiritual laws,
Yes.
right? Because the spiritual laws of supersedes the natural law. It is the highest order, right? And when we say spiritual laws, it is beyond religiosity,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
See, yes, ma'am.
Ayan. Tapos, Sir June, so, you also mentioned now one of the things that we have to heal, Filipinos specifically, is our poverty consciousness.
Yes.
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 Sabi mo, mayaman ang Pilipinas, pero yung mentality natin, mahirap tayo. So, what
Oo.
would be the steps to heal this consciousness?
Ang kwan nga lahat tayo binigyan tayo ng 24 oras. It is a question of what activities we put in into the minutes, into the hours of the day. Di ba? Pero classical, sa atin yung Juan Tamad. Di ba?
Yes. Yes.
Alam mo, I also spent time in Russia. I've been healing from 2006 up to 2010. Dahil may clinic kami sa Russia, yun, mabutit, nakarating ka sa pag-iimbita ko, nakarating ka sa clinic natin dito sa Makati. Alam mo ba si Juan Tamad merong counterpart sa Russia?
Hmm.
Ang pangalan niya man si Ivan, I-V-A-N. Si Ivan lagi natutulog yung sa stove. So he is just waiting for food to be cooked. Laging natutulog. Ganun lang. Parang one tamad ko sa atin. Sana wag maging ganun ang kaugalian. Dapat mas maging masinop tayo sa pamumuhay. And sabi nga natin, especially ngayon, very challenging yung economic times, di ba?
Totoo.
Mataas ang lahat. So the rule is substitution. Di ba? Kasi minsan iisipin ng iba is, well, this is another thing I would like to say. In life, I do not settle for copycats. Miskin ang sasabi niyo ng class A, very close. I do not go for that. One rule of abundance for me is go for original things that your money can buy. Because kung copycats yan, it reflects your personality. Diba? Sinasabi nga natin, it is, especially when you are an energy practitioner, it is what you think. What you think becomes your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions defines your character. Kung lahat na sa katawan mo, it's a fake. Anong klaseng personality ang pinoproject mo? Right? So dapat magpakatotoo tayo at wag nating ikahiya yung tunay nating pinanggalingan. Dahil lang sabi ko nga ang kahirapan is not an excuse to overcome the challenges of life.
Yes.
Di ba? Ang dami kong nakilala nung nasa Batangas ako, yung iba, yung isa grade 3, pero multimillionaire. Bakit? Nagsikap, humanap ng pamamaraan kung paano niya, how he can improve his life para maiahon yung kanya, yung mga anak niya sa magandang kinabukasan. At whether we like to believe it or not, tayo, malaki ang paniniwala natin sa edukasyon. Right? Kasi natatandaan ko, sabi sa akin ng tatay ko, it is the pamana that he can give me that nobody can steal away from me. Tapos ang sabi ng tatay ko, number 1, when I got myself to college is, kung ano yung course na kinuha mo, first semester, first year, ayun yung course natatapusin mo. Hindi pwede yung one
Mm.
semester, ibang course mo, second semester, magsiship ka. Sabi niya, if you do that, ang matatapos ang panahon, lalakad, wala kang natapos. Ang degree mo, BS shifting courses.
Tama naman, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Very, alam mo, very principled ang tatay ko.
Very practical.
Oo, kasi marami siyang salawikain. Hindi ko makalimutan sa kanya yung mga pretentious, di
Yeah.
ba? Yung nagmamarunong, kaya sabi niya, ayan ang hirap sa ibang tao. Sobra sa runong, kulang sa alam.
Mm. Magkaiba yung runong sa alam?
Oo. Di ba? Skill and knowledge are two different things, di ba?
Right, right.
You might be knowledge of, but you might not know how to do it.
Yes. It's the
Yeah.
application that counts. Pero sir, mahirap talaga yung buhay ngayon eh. Like, di ba, mataas ang gas, ang raming nangyayari. So,
Oo.
yung abundance at this time.
I can say is, all this will pass. Because kung iminamantra mo na mahirap ang buhay, paano kang uunlad? Katulad nung sabi ng mekaniko ko, di ba? Hindi ko makalimutan yung salibikain naman niya eh. Kumain ng gulay para humaba ang buhay. Pag nabundol ng kotse, patay.
Tama rin, sir.
So, really, it is how you want to help yourself, yung opportunities that comes your way. So we should always say that lahat malalagpasan natin. At napakaganda ng kultura natin, di ba? We have a support system, pamilya ang support system natin. Hindi tayo fragmented yung society. Hindi katulad yung sa mga maunlad na bansa. Tingnan mo nangyayari sa kanila. July 4th, merong mass shooting. Tama ba naman yun? Just to bend your action. Oh, di ba? Just July 4th meron. I forgot the state while I was having dinner kanina. Somebody did it.
Oh, but it's never happened. Never. It will. I will not say it will never. But it has never happened here.
Yeah, sa Pilipinas. Oo. Kasi ang Pilipino, sabi ko nga, makakwan tayo, in a way, we are still very respectful on the rights of others. At ang sabi nga natin is, pag tinignan natin, it is best when we as a nation would really be expressive yung pa natin, yung spirit natin ng bayanihan. Di ba? And that is what is holding us together. Sa nakakita na in the news is talagang with the challenges in life, at sabi nga ng isang pamilya, sabi niya, nagpapasalamat ako sa mga kapitbahay ko na kung ano man meron silang ulam, inaabutan kami. At sabi niya, mabuti na lang yung kaibigan namin tindahan, miski mahaba na listahan ko, nauunawaan yung katatayuan namin. Pero ang sabi ko nga, katulad naman ng ganun pa is, well, this is one thing that I can honestly say. When I was still in my corporate world, we are a specialty contractor. Alam mo, sabi ko dun sa work crew ko, they come from depressed areas. Magtulungan tayo. Magtulungan tayo para baguhin natin yung pamumuhay, yung lifestyle ninyo. Ano ang gusto kong ipahatid sa kanila? Sinabi ko sa kanila, tignan nyo ang ginagawa nyo. Monday, kasi sa construction, pagdating ng Sabado, sweldo yun eh.
Yes.
Monday to Friday, tapos Monday hanggang Saturday, susweldo ka. Pag uwi mo, ano nangyayari? Haharangin ka ng kabarkada mo, mag-iinom kayo. Yung pera mo, hindi nakarating sa pamilya mo. So, baguhin natin yung sistema. Anybody, sabi ko sa kanila, isang beses na ako nagsasalita. So, you hear me out. Para sa akin, no second chance eh. Dahil kung isang matinong kang tao, at alam mo pinag-usapan natin, tutupad ka doon sa kasunduan natin. At yung kasunduan namin noon is Monday to Friday o Saturday ang trabaho mo, yung sweldo mo, i-entrega mo sa pamilya mo. But then, make sure na yung may bahay mo ay hindi naman nagbibingo o nagtotong eats in their spare time.
Yes.
The money na pinagpawisan mo, pinaghirapan mo, see to it that it goes properly for the nutritional needs of your family. Sabi ko, anong ang pinaka within reach na source of protein? Would you know? Easiest, cheapest, economical source of protein for the family? Munggo, lagyan mo ng malunggay.
Alright.
Oh, di ba yung munggo, lagyan mo ng tinapa, iba na yung lasa. Lagyan mo ng hibit, iba na yung lasa. And makakatawid buhay ka na nun. Di ba? Meron ka ng source ng protein. Alam mo, nung ganun nangyari, isa-isa sila naglalapitan sa akin, Sir, salamat. Bakit? Yung anak ko hindi na nagkakasakit. O kako, see what nutrition can do? Tapos sasabihin ko, Sir, yung isa naman, yung anak ko, honor. O, dahil hindi na siya nagkakasakit to be absent from school. Now, when they go to class, medyo may laman ng tiyan, they can think better.
Yes.
Kasi sabi ko nga, we should learn how to walk our talk. Di ba? At kaya ko naman nasasabi ito yung mga pinagdaanan ko sa buhay ko. Life has never been easy for me. Right? It was always a struggle all throughout. So, mabuti na lang noon is natuto kong, yung bang aspect of critical thinking and having faith that I can turn my fortune around. Kumbaga, akong gagawa ng kapalaran ko. Hindi ko, kasi may kasabihan sa Batangas, yung 10 piso sa bulsa ko, mas mahalaga yung kaysa 10 piso nasa sa bulsa mo.
Totoo. Sir, maganda yung punto nyo. I can turn my life around. Paano yung pakiramdam no? Na sabi mo, nasa gitna ka ng struggle, ng challenge. Pero, yun yung mantra mo. Yun yung sinasabi mo, I can turn my life around.
Alam mo kung anong kinakanta ko nun lagi? Yung Impossible Dream. O kaya, when you walk through the storm, put your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. Those are the things, yung mga inspirational song.
Nakakaiyak naman, sir, yun. Nakakaiyak yung kanta. Don't be afraid of the dark. Put your head up high.
Yes, because all throughout, high school pa ako, student leader na po ako. So natuto na ako makihamok. Pero I never lost my ideology. I always believed on the Filipino ideology. Hindi yung ideolohiyang hiram sa ibang bansa.
Ano po yung Filipino ideology na pinanghahawakan niyo?
Yung sabi ko kasi, I am a student of history. So, I like history, no? Because it tells you who you are, what you are, where you're going, and things that you should learn to correct. Kaya yung mga libro ni Dr. Hocano, ay yung mga favorite readings ko noon, because then it gives you perspective. Ano ba yung kultura nating Pilipino? Ano yung unique sa atin? Where can we improve?
Yes.
Diba? Yung improvement. And I always I'm fond of yung mga self-help books, no? Yung ganun, something to learn. But every time I read a book, what is important for me is ano ang take ko? Because when I read a book, I am reading the experience of the author. It's not me.
Yes.
They have their opinion and I have my opinion. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Opo. Kaya sabi ko nga, at least naging panuntunan ko na sa buhay ko na kung ano man yung pinaghirapan ko na dinaanan, for the next generation after me is, kumbaga, inayos ko yung dadaanan nila. And
paano yung dadaan sa hirap, sir?
Kumbaga, sabi ko sa kanila, walang nagturo sa akin. There are failures that I've done. And I don't want you to be committing the same mistake. I want to save you the trouble. So, kung mami-minimize mo yun, exponential yung rise mo, di ba?
Right.
Your path to success.
Yes. Yeah. Sir, ano yung mga pinikwento nyo sa mga anak nyo, sa next generation nyo, mga top 3 tips nyo sa kanila para they have this abundance mindset?
Ang isang kinuha ko sa kanila is proper use of resources. No? Number 1 is katulad nung direct experience ko, because sabi ko nga, nung pinag-aaral ko sila, there has been agreement between myself and my wife that the first thing that we will invest on is the education of our kids. Mabuti yung wife ko nga, sabi ko sa'yo kanina, graduate ng UP. Hindi
Mm-mm.
nahirapan paghahanap ng trabaho. Ako, engineering UST. It took me quite a while to be employed. So sabi ko nga noon is, I don't want that kind of experience to befall my kids, no? So we sent them to the best school that we can afford. And luckily, katulad ng panganay ko nga, foreign studies sa Miriam, 2 weeks before her graduation, meron na siyang trabaho. Yung ganon. And then, ang sabi ko sa kanila noon, when they were still in school, tama lang yung allowance na ibinigay ko. Basta sabi ko sa kanila, you work yourself to graduate. Pag nagtatrabaho na kayo, that is your spending money. Sabi ko lang yon, di ba? Pero nakita ko doon sa panganay ko, when she started to make her own money, medyo kung ano-ano ang ginagawa. Her resources. So I directed her during that time. Sabi ko sa kanya, why don't you take this insurance plan na merong endowment? Dati meron pang ganun na every 5 years they give you 20% of your face amount. And after the term, meron ka pa rin, covered ka pa rin ng insurance. So sabi ko sa kanila is start thinking, investing on your future. At ganun din naman ang nabahagi sa akin ng nanay ko, no? No matter what kung ano man ang kinikita mo ngayon, always, not only to save some for tomorrow, but kumuha ka ng kahit anong bagay na pwede mong mahulugan. Di ba? Dahil ang sabi niya is before long, money will come and go. Hindi mo alam kung saan napunta. Right? At hindi naman ako yung kada gastos inililista ko. Ang sabi niya, at least meron kang makikita in the future kung saan napunta ang mga ang mga pinaghirapan mo. Well, I like this ring, no?
Ay,
Yan.
wow.
This ring is given to me by my mom when I graduated from jade ring when I graduated from elementary.
Ay, elementary, wow.
School. Oo, kasi ang sideline ng nanay ko, pati ng lola ko, jeweler. Nagtitinda ng alahas, alahera. Ayun. Kaya siguro doon ako nakita ng salesmanship, di ba? Tapos kasama ako ng lolo ko pag naniningil doon sa mga pinangtangan niya. So
invest also.
Oo. At sabi ko nga, natutuwa ako sa mga opportunities na meron tayo sa mga kabataan natin ngayon. These opportunities we never had before. One is like yung information. Di ba? Endless ang opportunities to gain information. During our time, wala. Lacking. Meron lang dyaryo, TV, at nung araw, hindi naman lahat may TV. Nagre-rely ka lang siguro sa dyaryo at saka sa radyo. Right? So, sabi ko nga is, there is so much we can learn if we really want to make use of our time. We really can turn time into gold by being productive. At ang sabi ko, while early in life, you start thinking about your retirement plans. Try to work out a retirement plan, your retirement, so you can quit to be a working man at 50, at 40, the way you want it, and that you would have a comfortable time. Di ba? Para kasi other pursuits in life.
Right.
Right?
I completely agree, sir. But first, another thing that's really coming up now is energy exchange, lalo na sa healing community. May mga tao na sobrang babang energy exchange, may mga tao na wala man lang energy exchange, may mga tao nagtatanong, bakit kailangan magbayad?
Yeah, alam mo, ayun na naging kaugalian. Kaya nga, itinatag namin yung eskwela, yung Academy for Holistic Healing Arts, para matulungan natin yung mga healers natin to understand the dynamics of healing. Dahil when you heal, you're giving out energy. So in turn, the energy that you give out, kaya nga nagkaroon ng energy exchange. dapat maibalik sa iyo. Eh yung pasyente mo naman, hindi siya healer. What is the best form of energy para isauli yung energy na ibinigay ng healer? Money. Money or it's halimbawa sa mga probinsya, manok o baboy o baka. Depende doon sa servisyo na ibigay. Because ang sabi nga ni Deepak Chopra, which I quote, money is like blood. It must flow. If blood is stagnant, it leads to disease. Right? Kaya ang sabi ko nga, in that aspect, there is also that spiritual law of compensation, which means say, whatever you give out, dapat maibalik sa iyo. And in reality, kapag ka yung ibinigay mo ay hindi na ibalik sa iyo, wala kang pagkukulang. Who suffers the consequence? The recipient of your energy. Akala niya, he will run over you, but in reality, energetically, they will have to make up for that. Hindi naman natin sinasabing mangyari, wag naman sana. Ayun yung biglang-biglang they will have some financial misfortunes. Yung wallet nawala o nadukutan. Yung mga ganung bagay na para bang you're saving on this, pero yung magiging kawalan sa iyo is mas malaki. Tulad ng sinasabi natin, di ba? Always go for the highest good or what is best. Because what comes out comes around 1,000,000 times. Di ba? Kaya dapat ang nailalabas natin is magagandang bagay para umunlad ang pamumuhay. And especially, ang gusto ko rin tukuyin, I hope everybody is aware that we all have energy centers o tinatawag nating chakra. Sabi nga natin, this is our antenna or connection to the universe. Diba yung chakras natin or power centers natin sila. All of these chakras must be dynamic. Dapat buhay siya. Others will see it like wheels, turning wheels, or yung ibang kultura is parang petals. Habang tumataas yung chakra mo, lalo na pagdating sa crown is multifaceted na siya. Marami na siyang flowers, di ba? Yung dalawang petal, two petal, di ba? Naging 4, 6, 8. Mathematical lang ako. Pagdating sa crown is sobrang dami na. So, ang sabi ko nga, the first 3 chakra is more or less, that for us, that is the physical chakra, yung pamumuhay natin. Gusto ko rin itigon ito doon sinasabi natin yung energy exchange, no? Tapos, yung 5, 6, 7, these are spiritual chakras. Kaya in life, and what balances yung physical and yung spiritual chakra is the heart chakra number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, spiritual. Kaya ang sabi nga natin, ang tumitimbang niyan, yung heart. Right? Ano bang symbolism ng heart? Ang symbolism ng heart, pagmamahal, pag-ibig. Pero in your chakra development, dahil ang sabi natin ngayon is, huwag tayong maging katulad ng iba. Ang dinevelop lang nila, yung first 3 chakras. Kaya narinig natin yung kasabihan, bakit siya ginawa na niyang Panginoon ang salapi niya? Diba? Nakakalimutan niya that we are all spiritual beings in a physical body. Right? Yung iba naman, sabi natin is, ang dinevelop niya 5, 6, 7. Itaas, spiritual naman lahat. Ang sasabihin is, bakit nang lumapit ako kay Lord, lalo ako naghirap? Okay, di ba? Kaya, ang sasabi natin doon, miski sa ating mga healer, manggagamot na lay healer, kaya dapat merong energy exchange sapagkat hindi ka pa kaluluwa, hindi ka pa espiritu. Meron ka pang physical body, that is the vehicle, that is the carrier of your spirit. So you have the responsibility to nourish it, to protect it from the elements, di ba? To dress it respectfully, and to educate it so that knowledge can turn to wisdom. Kaya ayun ang kahalagahan ng energy exchange. Diba? At ayun lang naman ay kung talagang matapat ka sa iyong pananaw sa enerhiyang ibinibigay mo,
Mm-mm.
'di po
Totoo.
ba?
Totoo. And for people, since we're talking about energy and healing, we don't have all the time in the world. So if they want to go to you, magpapakonsulta po sa inyo, ano po yung paano po nila kayo makakontak at ano po yung mga services that you can offer, sir?
Ang services po natin is katulad po nga dito sa ating Academy for Holistic Healing Arts, energy healing. In as much that I am a Reiki master teacher, I've been into energy work since 2003. Yung pong katulad ng na-experience nyo po kanina, yung Dorn Spine Alignment. Dorn Spine Alignment is a German technique to manually align the spine. The spinal column is the seat of the central nervous system. It controls both the sympathetic and parasympathetic, voluntary and involuntary muscles. And that is very important. No? Yung kalusugan ng tamang, kasi ang sinasabi nga natin, only an aligned spine can give the proper nerve impulse to all organs of the body. So, Dorn Spine Alignment, itong kwan nga, no? Itong Reiki.
Reiki, sir.
Reiki, yes. Energy healing. At yung natutunan nga natin, yung access bars. At masasabi ko nga, that is, naipost ko rin sa Facebook, may patient ako, idodorn ko. Pag hinga niya sa massage table, nakita ko, skewed. Balik, yung talaga sabi ko, matindi ang scoliosis nito. So sabi ko is, can we first do, can I do run your bars?
Yes.
Eh, siyempre, hindi sa, ano ba yun? Well, I will just touch your head. There are 32 points. And then, all you have to do is just concentrate on your breathing. Just relax. Alam niyo po ba kung ano nangyari? After that session, after touching the 32 points ng access bars, yung pong katawan nag-align.
Wow.
Na-post ko po sa Facebook. Kaya sabi ko, ganoong kahalaga to be able, kung sa computer dinidiprak natin, di ba? Eh di mas lalo na yung sarili-sarili nating mga CPU. So that yung mga files na hindi natin kailangan, i-delete na natin to create more space for new opportunities. And it has been my principle, Karen, na kapag nagtuturo ako, katulad ng either Reiki o ng Dorn Spine Alignment, incidentally, meron tayong Dorn Workshop, July 23 and 24. Anybody can learn Dorn Spine Alignment. Ang requirements natin is a pair of healthy hands.
Okay. Mukhang madali lang yung requirement na yan, sir.
Oo,
Lahat meron.
kasi sabi ko nga, sa Dorn Spine Alignment, kaya natutuwa ako doon, lahat ng gagamitin mo is God-given, nasa sa'yo na. Because you can do Dorn with your thumb, with your fist, with your palm, and with your elbow. Ang paggamit ng virgin coconut oil, I only use virgin coconut oil because then the molecules are so fine that it penetrates the skin pores to lubricate the muscles.
Yes.
Sana is yung mga kasama natin na pumunta sa mga spa, they should ask always for VCO and not mineral oil. Yung molecule kasi ng mineral oil masyadong malaki, it will clog the pores of your skin. At mapapansin mo, maglagay ka ng mineral oil, parang hindi natutuyo, it's always wet. Samantalang pag naglagay ka ng BCO, after a while, sasabihin mo, saan napunta? Bakit nawala? Because pumasok na rin po yun doon po sa muscle layer natin.
I had a Dorn Spine Alignment with you kanina, Sir June. Ang napansin ko, it's very gentle.
Yes, because then the technique really is, it is gentle, it is safe, it is effective, and it is holistic. Dahil katulad ng chart na pinakita sa iyo kanina, each vertebra is connected to a specific organ. Not only that, doon sa chart natin kanina, doon sa right-hand column, is nandun yung mga, sabi natin, mga emotional challenges. At hindi tayo tumigil doon. On the outermost column, meron tayong affirmation or we can call it mantra para mabago natin yung takbo ng ating pamumuhay. Right? So in your I can share it with you so anybody in your community who wants it can have a look, no? At ang isang
Opo.
napaka-importante at hindi ko na kayo na pa-experience kanina, itong ito yung ano, yung iTera Care. I
Mm-hmm.
like this device because uh, to do a very good spine alignment, I do therapeutic massage.
Yes.
Dalawa po ang klase ang masahe. Yung
Mm-hmm.
pinupuntahan niyo po sa mga spa, ang nagagawa lang po, ang ibibigay sa inyo po yung tinatawag nating wellness massage.
Mm-hmm.
But that is also the helpful way of getting massage. Ang tawag po doon, therapeutic massage. Wherein hinahanap po natin yung where your tight muscles are. So, ito po ang malaking tulong sa akin itong iTera Care. So, yung mga stiff joints, tapos yung mga armored muscles, in as much that it emits yung tera waves, madali po niyong nare-relax yung mga muscles. Opo. Kaya ang sabi ko nga is almost like tulad po ng napag-aralan natin at naging practice natin sa access bars, always be in a state of question. Because then is, sabi ko, alam na alam ko na yung Dorn. Miski nakapikit ako, I can tell somebody how to do it. And I've been practicing Reiki since 2003. I simply ask, what else, what new skills can come in that can evoke some interest in me, no? Tapos doon dumating yung doon dumating nga itong access consciousness, yung access bars. Ano ang naging vehicle? Ang naging vehicle noon, umattend ng Dorn workshops si Miss Wana Marie Umali, si Wana. And then she kept posting about access bars, access bars. Naging curious ako, Wana, ano yung pinopost mong access bars?
Mm-hmm.
Yun.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest is history. Now I got a class with you as well so that I can also be an access bars facilitator. Because alam mo, Karen, nung high school ako, bago kami tumungtong ng kolehiyo or university sa UST, binigyan kami ng evaluation exams. Kung
Mm-hmm.
anong kurso ang kukunin namin. Sa
Mm-hmm.
akin, ang number one is engineering. Ang pangalawa, psychology.
Ay.
But it's psychology, no?
Mm-hmm.
But then, is in as much that, sabi ko nga, high school pa lang ako, student leader na ako, lagi ako nasa lansangan, kung ano to ng issue, ano mga ibang advocacies. Sabi ko nga, I cannot see myself working in the confine of an office or factory. So I went to technical sales. At nung nandun ako sa technical sales, I started to read more books on psychology about a human mind, the human person. Because sabi ko, the most fascinating creature I can know is, the mind of a person. So, even to the point na pinag-aralan ko yung language that they use, other than yung mga body signals, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Bakit ganung specific language ang ginagamit niya? How does he construct his sentence? Because by that, I can more or less figure out kung ano yung decision-making process niya. At ano yung weakness niya that I can turn to my advantage to get the sale. And
Yes.
interestingly is while at that, I then had a group of clients, no,
Mm-hmm.
prospects, na ang weekend nila to be one of the boys, mahjong. So I have to learn mahjong to play with them. But
Yes.
eventually, alam mo, yung pala ibinigay sa akin ng universe as early training para mag-improve yung tactile. Kasi syempre may picture yung mahjong, di ba? Sasalatin mo yan. Ayun ang kasabihan natin, lalo na nga kung secret at bunot pa. Ang laki ng tatamaan mo nun. But then, ang natutunan ko doon hindi yung gambling side, but rather yung sensitivity ng tactile. Oo, so doing Dorn with energy medicine as Reiki, a lot of my patients, even when I was in Russia, they will always ask me, June, have you grown mata sa mga kamay mo? Dahil sabi na, simply it knows where to go. Ayun na advantage kasi, Karen, when you are sensitive to energy. No?
Yes.
You
Yes.
can read it, you can feel it. And if there's one aspect that I am so thankful of, even with my Reiki 1, Reiki level 1 self healing,
Yeah.
I already received the gift of being able to see the Akashic record of the patient. See, with
Oh.
Reiki, it is very important meron ka laging soul permission to look into the life of the
Okay.
patient. So
Yes.
with the Akashic record, that is the book of life. And
Yes.
time is hindi naman siya linear, it's a continuum. So altogether, it is the past, the present, and the future can be happening all at the same while. Because now we are in the realm of quantum physics.
Yes.
Natapos na yung gravitational physics ni Newton. May mansanas, bumagsak. But then, you would say that the Europeans got all these ideas, alam mo kung kanino?
From
From
us.
the best minds of the Muslims. Mas na
Muslims.
Muslims, mas nauna pala sila. They
Oh,
were not
wow.
even given proper recognition. Almost everything.
Mm-mm. From the
They were
Muslims.
so advanced, no?
Yeah. Sir, kanina na-overhear ko, you talk about sensitivity. Pero yung mga patients minsan, di ba, hindi sensitive? Like, narinig ko yung pasyente mo kanina, parang naman, I did that, pero wala akong naramdaman. Nakatulog lang ako. How do you answer that?
Alam mo,
I like your answer kanina.
kasi ang sabi nga natin is, hindi lahat bukas ang kanilang kamalayan.
Yes.
Because others is, they are waiting for para bang, I mean, thunder, clap of thunder, may lightning. Yung mo masyadong dramatic. But miracles do happens in little ways. It
Yeah.
is our failure to recognize those little miracles happening in our life. Yung lang matulog ka at gumising ka sa umaga, napakalaki ng pasasalamat mo dapat.
True.
Kaya minsan binibiro ko yung mga pasyente kong takot. 'Di ba? Sabi ko, ay kung natatakot po kayo, wag po kayong matutulog at baka hindi na kayo gumising.
That's true, that's true. Yeah.
Oo.
Sometimes we
So,
have to explore also.
oo,
At saka,
kasi
energetic, usually naman, sir, di ba, parang if you do healing now, it's not like the result is the next day. Sometimes the result will take months or,
yes, kasi ang sabi nga natin sa healing, I do not heal. I am just the conduit of the energy. And I cannot even dictate the result of the exercise. Katulad na sabi mo, the results can be in a day, 2, a week, or a month. And in fact, I was reading an article. This gentleman rode a taxi.
Mhm.
Doon sa taxi, na-aksidente siya.
Mhm.
So, nagkaroon siya ng head injury.
Yes.
Tapos, dinala siya sa ospital. Alam mo, during the examination, they found out that there is a tumor growing in his brain. Kaya sabi nga niya, biruin mo yun, if I did not take that taxi ride, and if I did not have that accident, never will I know that a tumor is building up on my brain.
Right.
Katulad ng isang life experience sa isang kilala ko, a friend who works sa Department of Foreign Affairs natin. Ang next posting niya is sa India. So on the way to the airport, na-flat yung sasakyan niya. So na-miss niya yung flight.
Yeah.
So sabi niya, sayang na-miss ko yung flight na yun. You know what? Then he was able to book
Right.
another flight 2 days after. And she was thankful because yung flight was diretso from Manila, I think kung Bombay ang punta niya o New Delhi. Otherwise, if he was able to take the flight on that appointed time, Manila, Dubai, may COVID pa nun, may layover siya ng 3 days bago pa siya magkaka-connecting flight.
Right.
So, see, everything happens for a reason.
Pero
We,
siguro, sir, yeah, second to the last question na lang. How will
opo,
you know? Because with Dorn Fine, I can really sense, makikita mo right away that it has an effect on my body. But with Reiki or access bars, sometimes you don't know what happened. How will we know that healing happened?
ang tuloy na sabi ko nga, no, healing is experiential. experiential. At ang napakahirap gamutin Pilipino. Alam mo kung bakit? Kung bakit? You must touch on their five senses. Kailangan involve yung five senses niya for them to say, oh, I am healed.
Yes. Yes.
Di ba? Hindi katulad ng ibang nation, ano, na
Yes.
they are so much in tune with themselves. Alam nila kung anong nangyayari. Di ba? So, mas conscious sila sa kanilang pangangatawan. Right? At ang isang kabalintunaan pa sa Pilipino, katulad ng Dorn Spine Alignment, binigyan mo siya ng self-help exercise. So, meron siya follow-up therapy, no? Follow-up appointment. 100%, I tell you, yung the self-help exercise that you wanted them to do, hindi gagawin. Hindi katulad kung ang patient mo, yung Caucasians, puti, or Europeans or Americans, ask them to do it religiously, they know they will benefit from it, they will do it. Samantalang pag Pinoy, yung self-help exercise, kaya nga niloloko ko sa kanila for the second session, oh, thank you very much. You're paying me to do your self-help exercise for this session. Pero ang pampanyan is, ang gusto nila, right there and then, gumaling. But they cannot take ownership of the activity. Yun. Kaya ang sabi ko, dapat sana, ang panalangin ko, not only magkaroon tayo ng sariling disiplina, but ownership of our actions to take responsibility. Hindi natin pwedeng iasa kung kani-kanino man ang ating pangkasalukuyan at mas lalo na yung hinaharap.
Yes. Yes. Take responsibility. And but for those people who need help and need support for your healing, you can connect with Surgeon Mendoza. The number is there. Nakapost na rin po yung link to his Facebook, and he has Academy for Holistic Healing Arts at Cityland Herrera Tower, just in Makati. So you can go here po for healing concerns. Surgeon does Reiki, access bars, and Dorn spine alignment. And also, by the end of July, he has a class, Dorn spine alignment class.
Yes, I will have my Dorn spine alignment, and hopefully I will learn more from you on how to become a better access bars facilitator. Kasi tinignan ko yung if I will do it this month of July, I just want to be mentally prepared, no?
Yes.
Because for me, preparation is not only physical, but it has to be mental as well, no? What kind of story can I tell to relate with my attendees, no? So they can better understand and appreciate and benefit most from the exercise.
And that's something that I appreciate with you, Sir June. You're very honest, because you will not provide something that you're not yet prepared to do. And you really tell people what they need. Like I experienced that firsthand. Na parang instead of taking in a patient, if you feel that a patient will benefit more by going to another healer, you would really generously refer that person to another healer. So yun po.
Kasi kung po ayoko yung I know my limits. If it's beyond me, I pass it on to the proper where they can get the proper medical help or professional help, no? Kasi sabi ko nga is, the more you know, you will confess that you know nothing.
So yun, thank you, Surgeon. I really, really appreciate your honesty and also your generosity when you share your wisdom with us, just like now. So actually we're over time already, but I guess parting words for everybody listening right now and will be watching in the future.
Yes, I can say is you should always be friends with yourself. Yourself is the best friend you will ever have in this world. Napakahirap na kalaban mo yung sarili mo. So, for healing to happen, ang unang taong patatawarin sarili mo. Because like love, you cannot give love or experience love if you don't have self-love. You can only give what you have. So, as a parting word for today, ang lagi ko masasabi is learn to be friends with yourself. Forgive yourself of what has happened in the past. So there is always like a moving on, no? And always be inspired to do the best things in life. Go for the long haul, no? Hindi yung short-term gains, no? So sabi nga nila, Rome was not built in one day. So you don't build a tower na bababa lang. So each time you can just put a brick by brick, brick by brick, brick by brick. Probably you create a tower higher than the Tower of Babel, and you can say, now this is my life. That is my life story. Again, Karen, I know we have extended our time. Maraming salamat at I hope you can again get me in the program for some other topics because
Yes, definitely.
then there are more interesting topics that I know, like yung geopathic stress, space clearing, no?
Yeah,
So
let's talk about more
that's
topics.
interesting.
And
Or
yeah, definitely, sir.
properly somehow related to abundance is how do we respect or the proper use of money? Kasi
Yeah.
ngayon, kinalakay lang natin ngayon, healing and abundance. Tama
Yeah.
rin yun dahil sabi nga natin, kung wala kang kapanatagan ng kalooban, paano papasok yung blessings? Paano mo makikita ang opportunity? Because otherwise, once you're under stress, contents ka, you are taking away a lot of your body energy. Saan pumupunta? Pumupunta lang sa paa at sa kamay. Activated yung adrenal glands. So, your life energy is diminished on other body functions that you need. Right? Kaya ayun sabi natin, kung meron kang kapanatagan ng kalooban, mas expanded ang pangunawa mo.
So, una talaga, sir, kailangan nilang kumalma.
Yes, kalma lang. And then if you don't cut me out, I can be talking the whole night.
Sorry, sir. But I will give you more time next time. We should really talk some more. Kasi so, we don't want to keep you rin because I know it's past, but it's late na rin. Pero sir, thank you so much for giving us this time with you. And hopefully po, the links to Sir Zoon's Facebook and also his number are posted in the comment. Just feel free to get in touch with him.
One last comment, or two or three.
Yes,
Number
sir.
one is, please, I am always an advocate of proper hydration. So you should really be drinking 2 to 3 liters of water a day. We are 70 to 80% water. Number two, never ever miss out on good night's sleep. And thank you for respecting my bedtime because normally I would be in bed by 9:30 para 10 o'clock tulog na ako. The most holy hours for the body to produce the enzymes it needs for the following day is between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning. So the following day, you have the zest of life. Diba? Okay, thank you very much. Those could be the last words.
Soon. We'll talk to you soon. At be friends with yourself, sabi ni Sir Zoon. So, tandaan niyo po yan. Kayo
Yes.
ang dapat niyong kaibigan. Good night,
Yeah.
everybody. Thank you again, Sir Zoon. Bye for
My
now, everyone.
pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.